all right. Good evening. How are we doing today? Hope we're having an awesome one and we're ready for the tech show. All right, if you're there with me, if you can hear me loud and clear, drop a yes. Drop a yes in right now. If you can hear me loud and clear, drop a yes right now. All right, if you can hear me loud and clear, drop a yes right now. All right, let's go. If you can hear me loud and clear, drop a yes right now. All right, good. We have Victor Njoku right here on the call. Great. If you can hear me, drop a yes right now. Okay, I wonder, you guys are like, where is Mr. Ayo? Where is he speaking from? Okay, let me put my face out there for you. If you can see me, drop a yes. All right. If you can see me, drop a yes right now. All right, great.
Bro, what's up?
Hey, great to have you on the call. We are live already. And okay, we're going to do something very fast right now as we invite the guest on board. Before we do that, just wait a second as we get our guest in here with us. All right. All right.
He's a prolific 21st century preacher, speaker, who is sought after for his ability to spur people to live their best lives and attain peak performance in their endeavors. A stylish writer and the author of 9 best-selling books that are in high demand in over 3 continents. He holds a Bachelor of Technology degree in Agricultural Economics and Extension, a certificate in becoming a confident trainer from TAFE, South Australia, yearly certificate in workforce collaboration and development, diploma in fundamentals of public speaking, University of Washington. Today, he is the lead speaker at Stanley Speaks Global Platform, a finishing academy for speakers, trainers, and public communicators, with his syndicate motivational broadcast show for business and career people that attract viewership from around the world on social media at Stanley Speaks 87. Make welcome our guest on the show, Stanley Innocent.
All right, let's make welcome. I know you guys can see him right now. All right, let's make welcome Mr. Stanley on the show, the microphone rebel. Put your hands together. Like if you're watching on YouTube right now, I want to see you guys like drop your hand, clap, and everything. All right. Good evening, Mr. Stanley. How we doing?
I'm very well, Mr. Ayo. Thank you for having me. That profile just blew my head. I'm like, who are they talking about, you know?
We're talking about you, actually. All right. Before Mr. Stanley come up to shed some great value with us, and I maybe ask him some questions, I want you to understand why the tech show is live. All right. The tech show is as simple as the Entrepreneur's Chronicle. Now, on this show, we're going to be bringing leaders, thought leaders, experts, mentors on this show to help you understand the business you're in, the business of your talent, the things you ought to do to what? Build your business, grow your customer line, and make more sales. Because we are not just doing this because we want to do this. It's based on research, based on data, over 10 good years. What are people asking for? What do they want to learn? Where do they want to be? So that is why we're having Mr. Stanley on the show today, being the first and most respected, all right, being the first on the first episode of the tech show is an awesome one that we're having him share some great tools, blueprints that he is using in his own organization, which he has made various impact, as you can hear from his profile. And that is why I want you to get your notes, get your pen, write something down, because you can't get everything up here. You have to revisit it after the section. All right. So if you can hear me loud and clear on YouTube, I want you to drop "Let's go." All right. So good evening again, Mr. Stanley. How are we doing?
I'm well. I'm so honored and delighted to be here. I trust that the next few minutes will be lethal. I'm hoping value will be shared here today. So I'm so excited and I can't wait for the show to get started proper.
All right, the show is started already. Now, let's I don't want to say let's get too serious. All right, life is already serious, but let's just get to the point, because I want everybody on the show to get the best of value. We already introduced you, but can you just tell us some things that we don't know about you before we go in proper, like something you might want us to know?
Well, I think the profile that was read, I think that embodies everything about me. Okay, what you don't know about me, I'm still single. Single at searching. I'm single and I'm still searching.
All right, all right. Okay, I would take that.
Yeah,
Okay, hope the ladies on the call add that. I don't know, but so let's continue. So we're gonna do something very fast. I'm gonna be asking some vital questions that I know is gonna be helping the audience. And as well, if you're on the call right now, because I'm monitoring your feedback, guys. If you're on the call with me and you have something that is bothering your business or something that you need as an entrepreneur, and I'm going to be saying this over time, being an entrepreneur doesn't mean that you are not an intrapreneur, all right? That you are working in a business or in a company doesn't take you out, all right? You just have to have the mentality of, I am working for myself, and that is how you can get yourself paid faster and grow in the ladder of your company, all right? So that is very important to note. So don't feel like, they're talking about entrepreneur, they're not talking about me, that I'm not even yet in the system or in an organization. So it's very important. All right, people are ready. People are good to go. And so I'm going to be asking some few questions, Mr. Stanley, as best as simplified as you can. Please give it to them. All right. So the first one is how it's true. People don't want the big things. It's the simple things that gives results. Okay. Now, how did the idea of your business come to be? Like, how did it come about?
Okay. Before I talk about my business and how my business came about, I think I would like to start by talking about entrepreneurship, since that's the theme for this evening. Because anytime we hear the word entrepreneurship, I think people just think about starting a business. You know, following the peculiar unemployment challenge that we have in our country today, talking about Nigeria, you will find out that when people are done with school, you're a graduate, you've got a diploma or you've got a degree or something, when you're done with school, the default setting is for you to get a job. All right, go look for a job somewhere, whether at a bank or whatever company. And if you can't find a job, the next thing you are told is to become an entrepreneur. In other words, go and start a business or go and open a shop, And today we have people who call themselves entrepreneurs without really understanding what entrepreneurship is. Does that mean if I'm selling slippers on WhatsApp, for instance, or if I'm selling hair, a shoe, and all those kind of stuff, and then I change my title to CEO of X, does that make me an entrepreneur? Now, I want to say that entrepreneurship is beyond owning a business, or it's starting a business because one is unemployed. Okay, so I would say that entrepreneurship, it's for me, it is looking for a problem to solve. Entrepreneurship is looking for a problem to solve, solving that problem and making money from it. And so back to your question, how did the idea of my business start? I think it's good for us to just clear that entrepreneurship is all about looking for a problem to solve, offering value, and getting money, getting reward from solving that problem. And so that's how I would say the idea of my own business started. We cannot talk about how my business started without, talking about my background. Now, very quickly, let me say this. There's a difference between a product and service. Because when people talk about entrepreneurship, they're thinking about just selling a product. We don't just sell products, we sell services, because my business is not primarily product-based. It is service-based. In other words, I sell what I do, the kind of business I do, it's selling intangible commodity. You cannot feel it, you cannot touch it. It's something that you experience. I don't know if I'm talking too much, but then
no, you're not talking too much. You're not talking too much. Break it down.
Okay, then I'm just juggling through points just for us to have a good idea of what entrepreneurship is, and how to link that to my story so that people who are watching can also relate. So the idea for my business started, would I say, after school? We live in a society where you need to go to school. We are taught to go to school, go study hard, pass your exams, get a wonderful degree, and then you jump straight to the labor market looking for a job. And if you can't find anything to do, they tell you, become an entrepreneur, go and start up a business. Well, I would say that was not the exact story for me, because when I was done with school, I already knew what I wanted to do with myself. I had already discovered my area of interest, my area of gifting. I already identified the kind of problem I want to solve. Okay, and so it was easy for me to start up. I understood that humans were configured to respond to words. And so if you're going to help an individual, you would always use the agency of words to maybe correct them, to inspire them. I just thought that the quality of words people hear would position them for a life of greatness. That was the problem I identified, giving people the right words to spur them for a life of greatness. Voila, I started up my training and my speaking firm, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Awesome. That's a great one for people to really have as a foundation for the section, being that this is the first episode. All right. So it's not just about you calling yourself CEO, executive director. What again do they call themselves? A lot of names. All right. It's about you looking for problem out there that you can be a solution to, because people will not pay you for titles. They will not pay you for how long you spend on that. But the solution you can bring to the table for your customers, for your environment, for the nation, for the earth, if possibly the universe, because people are they're already going to the Mars right now, they are preparing. So you must understand that it is the solution that you bring to the table that people pay for. And the degree of the solution that you can provide will determine the result, which people call success or money will determine the degree of success or money that you will have. All right. So having a foundation, that is a very good one for you to really set up for them. And let me let you know something someone is actually saying. Statue360 is actually saying Stanley is the voice everyone needs to reach their climax in the pursuit of their career. So it's very important that you need to listen to this man right here, right? It's a privilege that you are listening to him right now. If you wait to the end of this section, like if you literally wait to the end of this show, you're going to be getting some great value that is coming to you almost for free. So I want you to stay to the end of this section so that you can get those value. All right, great. So if you have any question, as I said earlier, drop it right now. And as Mr. Stanley is going, we are going to be dropping it back to back so that you can actually give us the best for the day. So Mr. Stanley, going back to the first one, should we say that is actually your foundation, or what actually brought your idea into being, having to know that you want to solve a problem?
Yeah. Yes,
right,
I would say, yeah, go ahead.
No, please continue, sir.
Okay, I was just talking about problem solving. You know, it's good for people to realize that we have been configured to solve problems. You know, I don't know what success means to people. Success means different things to different people. For one, it could be money. You know, for another one, it could be a good job. It could be a car. It could be a house and all that. You must realize that it is your job. If it's entrepreneurship or you're working for someone, entrepreneur, whatever it is, always realize that people will pave way for you to become successful if you solve a problem. I can't pay you no money if you're not solving a problem for me now. How was that? I don't have money to be throwing around, or I don't have value to be throwing around people who don't solve problems. So I think the basic foundation for entrepreneurs is to realize that they need to be solving a problem. And so when we talk about problem solving, you need to understand that it's not everything that is considered a problem. Okay, so a problem could be location bound or environment inspired. In other words, if I'm in a location where people don't have a problem with shoes, I would have an issue trying to sell shoes to them because shoes are not their problems. And so you might be in the right location selling the wrong business. And that's just a fast way of becoming frustrated or depressed.
Yeah, it seems we're having a little glitch in internet. If you guys
entrepreneurial, able to realize your journey will be very, very horrible and terrible. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Stanley. So guys, please, before you, and that's why they normally talk about market survey. All right, It doesn't have to be very hectic. It doesn't have to be, a Google form can do the magic for you as long as you are sharing it among the geographical area that you really want to sell to, asking them what they want, asking them possibly how much they will pay for it. And you'll be so overwhelmed to, like, people will respond to you. All right. The reason why we're even doing this is because we've done our own survey, we've carried out our own data analysis, we know what people want, and that is why this show is alive right now. Demo Hub as a company is one that is focused on capacity building and financial intelligence training. And we know that people will rather learn how to make money than to build themselves. So we have to give them a way to make money first, then they can pay for our service when it comes to capacity building. So it's very important. You should know what you want to sell to the public. And when you know what you want to sell to the public, find the best means on how it can get to them. All right, on how it can get to them. So now, can we just say this, or should we look into from another perspective? What is your driving, or what are your driving force in the journey of your entrepreneurship right now? Like, what inspires you to becoming one, and what is driving you currently?
Okay, talking about what drives me, or what's my driving force in this journey that I've embarked upon, and for everyone who's trying to become an entrepreneur or already one, the truth of the matter is you must always have a strong why. In other words, why am I doing this? Someone said that it is the quality of question that you ask that will determine the quality of answer that you receive. Okay, we have a lot of people who begin to do stuffs that they are not ready for because they don't understand what they are doing. And so anytime you don't have a strong why, that is a strong reason for doing whatever it is you want to do, it will be easy for you to give up. It will be easy for you to be frustrated. It will be even easy for you to be like, oh, let me change course because they pay again. So I would say that my driving force is my realizing my strong why. A lot of people today are juggling businesses or juggling jobs. Today you are here, tomorrow you've resigned, you're looking for a better one, or you start up a journey, and when it becomes tough and rough, you want to throw in the towel. Can I even say immediately, or let me just say it right now, that anyone who is an entrepreneur must be ready to experience tough and rough times because it's not a smooth journey. I hear people say they want to resign from their jobs to become their own bosses. Who told you becoming your own boss is easy? It's rough and tough, And so if you don't realize, yeah. So if you don't realize what your why is, I don't think you're going to maintain momentum. So for me, I would say that my driving force is my realizing why I am doing this. Let me say this. There's what is called a circle in entrepreneurship. A lot of people have this idea that when they become entrepreneurs, starting up businesses, growing businesses, expanding businesses, then in 2 months, in 6 months, in our Nigerian parlance, you go blue. Or in 1 year or in 2 years, I've made it big and all that. I want to disabuse that idea because there is a circle. There's going to be a time where maybe you have no patronage, no customers, no money, no income. There'll be days where you can't pay your bills. There'll be days when your employees and people you surround yourself with will no longer believe in what you're doing, people backing out. There'll be times where you will fight government policies that are not favorable to your pursuits and all that. If you don't have a strong why, this circle will be enough to drive you out of the game. So for me, I would say what is keeping me focused, what is driving me, and what is inspiring me, it's my strong reasons. Why am I doing what I'm doing? So for people who are watching us right now, I think before they embark on their journey, or if they are already on their journey, they must discover what their strong why is. Why am I doing this? That is the force that will keep them rolling and driving.
Awesome. That's a nice point because whether we like it or not, the author already said it that start with why. Simon Sinek. And if you don't understand your why, you will not be able to apply the how. And for those that know me personally, every section, webinar, seminars I do, the first thing I put on the table is what is your why? Why are you on this training? Why do you want to learn from me? So that I can really understand how to connect with you and how best I can give you steps that can guide you. All right, because the how of life can be 1,000, 2,000, but if you don't know the why, you will stop on the road. Okay, so it's very important. Now, I know there are a lot of business models. There are a lot of things, people watching us, there are different areas that they are operating from, but you are coming from the aspect of giving service as a product in the sense of what I'm trying to say, like, okay, you don't really sell product, though we know there are products in terms of your book, but but the umbrella of the company is more like service render. Now, in the start of your journey, what was it like? Like, how did you actually generate fund? And don't get me wrong, fund doesn't have to be money. It could be people, it could be publicity, but bless you. But how were you able to generate fund if you break it down in those areas I just listed right now, either in publicity, in human resource, having to have people that would promote for you and the likes of that. But how are you able to generate funds?
Okay, I would like to mention now that people who are watching us should realize that life is an individual race. It is an individual journey. So whatever your dreams are, whatever your entrepreneurial desires are, do not expect people to understand what your goals are. That's the startup. when you want to embark on this journey. Now, talking about how I was able to generate funds and all that, I'm saying this because a lot of people today, you would hear them say, I am not into business, or I don't have a job, or I can't expand my business because nobody wants to give me money. Did you give them any money to keep for you before? That's the question I want to ask you. Did you give them any money to hold for you before? So that's the kind of reasons people will give. They'll be like, okay, I can't start up this business. I have an idea. I have my business proposal ready, but nobody wants to help me. My family don't want to help me. Nobody wants to invest in me. I don't have the right people around me and all that kind of stuff. So already that is a limitation. I'm telling you, we have people who've got big dreams, who've got big business plans, who've got ideas, but they are stuck today. And I'm sure one or two persons are watching us right now, or people who watch this video much later. They've got dreams in their head. I want to do this. I want to start up this. I want to push this. I want to do that. And if you ask them, what is holding you? What is stopping you from pushing? It is always the same story, the same answer. There is nobody to give me money. There's nobody to invest in me. There is no fund and all that. Yeah.
Can I say something before you continue, Mr. Stanley?
Yeah.
The survey we carried out of 2,500 people, 100% of them say lack of fund. 100% lack of fund. 2,500 people, lack of fund.
You can
so about 70-something say lack of mentorship, but 100% say lack of funding. So I wonder where they want the money to come from without them giving value to the market first. It's just like a principle I learned from my mentor. I say, you don't ask for the heat before you light the wood. You light the wood before you ask for the heat. To get hot. You don't just say, let me get hot before the no, you have to light the wood, get the action on, get in the market before the money comes in. All right, but let me allow you to continue. I just need you to understand that.
Yes. Yeah, I love that statistic. That's mind-blowing. That survey is just mind-blowing. And you just said a lot of people attributed their inability to start to lack of mentors. My guy, if you check it, what they are saying is they don't have people to invest in them. Everybody is just waiting for someone. I'm like, who do you think will give you ₦1 million to go and start up something? In a market you've not tested, in a market that you don't understand, in a journey you are new to, you just think someone will throw 20 million at you and all that. It always doesn't work like that. If you do another survey, you'll find that we just have few people who got all of the money they needed to start up. There is this a program the government, have been running for a while. I don't know if that program is in session. Currently running. They call it UIN Academy or something, where people write proposals and then the government give them money. We have philanthropists and other people running those kind of programs. You will observe that if you are applying for a grant or something, let's say for 10 million naira, you will always observe that they don't pack the whole money and give to you in one, blow. They take 10 million and go and start a business. Most times they give you 1 million there. They give you in bits. Yes, because they know you don't have the capacity yet to start up that journey. And so in starting up my own business, in starting up my own service inclined business, I had to save that at that point, because of the location where I was located, starting a training center, starting a training service. My guy, what are you talking about? You want to gather people and talk to you, talk to them and all that. They'll be like, nobody wants to listen to you. I'm sorry, I don't want to mention, let it not be as if I'm fighting a particular ethnic group, but they said those kind of people, they don't value your kind of service. Yeah. And so nobody was ready to look at my business plan or my proposal or what I was bringing to the table. And so I was not even interested in looking at other people's fund. So I had to give myself a target, save this kind of money, and this kind of money will be, in quote, enough for you to start up. And so, like I said, when you discover your why, it's going to open up the door for you to begin to take strong steps and strong decisions to leading you on your journey. Mr. Ayo, let me be very quick to say, like I started off by saying that we are all individuals that have different life stories. It means that what works for me might not work for you. Okay, somebody might drop out of school and become a billionaire tomorrow. That's his story. Another person would drop out of school and man, that would be the worst decision of his life. So you've got to find out what your story is and stick to your story. For me, that was what worked for me. Saving up a little amount of fund, and then I started, and then people could see the value I was offering. People could see the result that I was getting, and they were now willing to commit their funds, to commit their time, to commit their energy, their resources, mentoring me and all that because they saw. So for one, it will be saving up money. For another, it could be borrowing money. For another, it could be partnering with someone. Find out what your story is. Find out what would work for you and stick to it.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Find out what works for you and stick to it. And now let me create this balance right now. For those that like, okay, I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm working with an organization and I'm very okay working with my organization because they pay me 7 figures. Please stay there. All right. Don't let people, sincerely, the only reason why I can say that the only reason why I can tell you the A side and the B side is because I've experienced both. And if you are anywhere and you are okay, some people tell you purpose. Your purpose might be to actually work for that organization. Please stay there. Now, you kind of ask, okay, I'm also working this organization, but I want to work with this organization, but I'm not being paid the salary that I think I should be paid. Now, Mr. Stanley just created a blueprint for you to understand how you can get funds. It doesn't come just like that. You might want to save first to really get it ready. Now, for you working in an organization, how do you raise your fund? Now, it's about you raising your value, right? It's about you raising the way they perceive you. I don't want to mention books you need to read right now, but how to influence and influence people, maybe you should get that. Maybe jab, right hook, you should get that by Gary V. Why? How much value are you giving to the higher tier people, your boss? What solution are you giving to them? And apart from that, Mr. Stanley was talking about maybe you have to bank on yourself. Now, looking in the entrepreneur aspect, maybe you have to get some new certification. You have to get a little ahead for the position you want to go for, and having to say, okay, I finished with my first degree, my master's. Okay, right now I have to be qualified in this. I have to be accredited in this industry, better off, for me to be seen and perceived that I can handle the next position. So I just want to create that balance for people to really understand on how this thing is. You being on the street, in your office, selling and doing it. And don't forget, me saying on the street, you can be a banker and be the marketer, and you have to be on the street as well. So understand that it goes always. It goes always. So don't limit yourself. Or you just have to ask yourself, like Mr. Stanley said, I want to bank on that because it's one of my foundational quotes. When you ask the right question, you will get the right answers. So ask yourself those questions today. Don't say, why am I failing? The question is, how can I get ahead? When you ask that, you are empowering yourself to tell yourself that I can do this. What will I need to do it? And basing it on your why. Okay, on your why. So that's why I say, if you're working in an organization, keep working. If you want to build, you want to say something, sir?
Yes, I want to. You're talking about working in an organization and all that. There is no crime in working for someone. There is no crime in being an employee. A lot of people want to say, I'm my own boss. I've started my own business. Guy, is that your lane? There's nothing wrong with being an employee. You could find fulfillment in serving people. You could find fulfillment in helping other people achieve their dreams. So if anybody is watching right now and you're thinking about quitting your job, please, before you quit, you've got to ask yourself very strong questions. I will always advise people who want to switch into entrepreneurship, to start up a business or something, and they're already working. I always advise them, don't just quit immediately. Take your time, okay? You could try building that business while you're still working in that organization. And then when the time is right for you to switch, you would know, and it will make your transition easy. I've seen people resign out of good paying jobs because they want to be their own bosses or because they want to pursue purpose, and they end up making a very terrible, life decision, and life just comes crashing down. So there's nothing wrong working for someone while you find your path being an entrepreneur.
All right. Before I say this first question coming in from Mohammed Shaibu Sabu, there's this particular thing I want you to understand. Know your escape plan. If you are someone that said, I want to be an entrepreneur, I have this purpose I want to follow, but you need money first to start up. What is your escape plan? Now, I'm not going to be mentioning them, but I know a senior colleague that was working with NNPC, like the big boys of Nigeria, when we say they are making good money. But it chose to become, I would say, let me just say, a social entrepreneur, having to be an activist for something. And he actually quit his job. But before he quit his job, what happened? I actually like to look into some people's model. He must have built a good network.
True.
Working in NNPC, he must have saved enough, possibly for the next 5 years, to understand if market goes up and down, there's still money to pay for bills, because he was actually married. Oh, sorry, he is actually married. He's not divorced. He's actually married. So he must have planned it out. He must have, okay, the next 5 years of my life, I'm not going to worry about money. Then in the first 2 years, I'm going to build another solid foundation in my new career to really go ahead. So please, if that is who you are, you want to go for the purpose, but you need money, get a job first. The equilibrium right here is, make sure what you are making from your new life, entrepreneurship, is almost equal or even equal to what you are earning. Then find a way that it doubles what you are earning, that you are not comfortable, that when you pull out, it's going to shake a little bit because your earning will not be consistent. All right, but whatever happens, you're already making 2x of the money you are making from the job, then you are good to go. Like say, okay, even if I'm back to 1x, like equal money that you are making, you are good to go. So that is very important. Now let me ask the question that Mr. Sabo said. Maybe exit plan is very.
I like what you said. Yeah, exit plan. Perfect. Yeah.
All right. Now, Mr. Mohammed, something, he asked the question. I think we've already answered it, but I would love you to portray on that. He said, I am selling local shoes in my area, so I want to develop my business, but the problem I'm facing is credit. Do you want to say something about that?
Okay, what does he mean credit? Does he mean people buying and not paying, or he's trying to access credits from an organization? It's not too clear for me. But if he's talking about credit from customers, if he's talking about people buying and not paying, well, I think the life wire of every business is the inflow of money. How you control the inflow and the outflow of money will determine how your business will survive. There are customers, who have a very bad credit record. They tell you, I'm paying you tomorrow, and that's the end of the deal. You want to mark those customers because at the end of the day, you will just be piling debts that can't sustain your business. So I think people should know how to handle customers. Some of these local people who are on the local level, you see them in their shop or store, they write no credit, for credit, please come tomorrow. Those kind of stuff. So you just have to know, come tomorrow, you keep coming. So it just depends on how you want to manage that. And then if he's talking about a credit facility, I believe that we have a terrible, I'm very sorry, but we have a terrible credit facility policy for startups or people who want to expand their business in this country. Okay, it's very difficult to assess loan. Let's be very realistic. And if you are assessing loan, the percentage when you're paying back and all that, is the returns and all that is very crazy. And so we must look at that. It's very dicey, but yet we still have people and organizations who give out credit facilities to people. So it just depends on what he wants. I'm not too clear with the question, but I believe there are credit facilities that are available out there. It's just for him to assess what he wants, sign the deal, and the money is his.
All right, great. Now, Mohammed, if you can hear that, if you want to rephrase your questions, please do, so that we really tackle it. But another thing you should look out for is this. Now, I'm not going to talk about maybe being credit, maybe people are owing you, because you should understand that as an entrepreneur, yes, some business model is like, okay, I'm going to pay you after, but don't bank on that. Don't bank on that. You need money to keep flowing in. But the other aspect I'm going to look is you talking about credit coming in as a capital for you to really push your business. Now, I know at least personal friends of 5 to 6 friends that they are not selling the product until the money even enters their pocket. Now, this is what I'm talking. They don't even have the product. All right. They do what they call more like affiliate marketing. This is the company with the product. They are the affiliate marketer. This is the customer. the money comes to their hand, they buy at cheaper and they sell. So they are not really producing. Now, to some, that is not an entrepreneurship, but it is still like it is because you are selling something and you're making profit for yourself. So now,
creating business.
yeah,
That's what entrepreneurship is. Creating businesses, creating value. That's what entrepreneurship is. So yes, that's entrepreneurship.
Customer needs the
yes.
service, customer needs the product. You make it happen for them, easier way. They couldn't access the big boy or the producer. You make it happen. Now, what if you can sell your story right to your customers to say, we have just 10 products. Now, luxury companies do this a lot about maybe like Lamborghini, Aston Martins. Why can't you position yourself like that? Okay, we're having just 50 pieces of this shoe coming out, and we're only giving it to 50 people that can pay a month before production. And it's going to be custom made. Use this, I'm telling you, custom made. Possibly we're going to send our representative to come and measure your leg so that we give you a custom made shoe, and you even charge extra than normal because now it is bespoke. What about that? If you're actually producing the shoe, it's going to sell more, higher price. So instead of trying to say, okay, you want to produce the shoe before customer, no, look for customers before the product arrives. So that once the product arrives, you sell off. And you can repeat the process again and again and again.
Fantastic
so
business.
If you want to rephrase your question, please just rephrase so that we can answer it. So let's just continue on this section now. This is on the aspect of somebody looking at a customer base as well. Maybe it couldn't sell to them and an issue, but can you just tell us how you were able to build your customer baseline? Like, I know models are different, all right? Models are different, but based on you, because we're still going to be having like 100 other experts come online to share this with us. But from your own point of view, what were the steps you took, or what are the best way you think is good to build a customer baseline?
All right, like I said, the life wire or the life base of any business is money, the inflow and outflow of money. And who makes that happen is the customer. If you don't have a customer, you are not in business. So it doesn't matter if you have the best of products. It doesn't matter if you have the best of services. It doesn't matter if you are located in the best of places, you are placed in the right environment. If you don't have customers walking into your office, into your business center, whether it's online, virtual, offline, and all that, and signing business deals with you, converting inquiries into business and money, you are not in business. So for any entrepreneur, I think 80% of your work is in discovering your market, in building your market, and in building your customer base. And it is the R that we are talking about, who markets their products online. Yeah, I'm having. Mr. Ayo, are you there?
Yeah, I'm with you, but it seems as if your network is breaking a little bit. But can you hear me loud and clear? All right, we lost Mr. Stanley a little bit right there, but he was talking about you understanding that the customer is the live wire of your business. And it's very, very important that you must consistently like say, keep pouring new customers to the funnel, trying to like, who are the right customers for me and who is my ID client. That is very important. I was learning that from a senior colleague, Evan Carmichael, yesterday. Who is your ID client? If you can know your ID clients, you're not going to market to everybody in your state. You're going to look for those particular people and do a target marketing. And if you can get them on, that would be an easy in for you. So now it's very important that you look into that. And looking at that as well, having to like answer from my own point of view, in you looking for customer, in you building your customer baseline, after knowing your ideal clients, how do you go about it? Now, we're in a world of social media, whether you like it or not. Now, I know some businesses that they don't even run social media and they still make their sales, all right? But if you're a youth, an entrepreneur in this modern world, you must make use either from the likes of Facebook to Telegram to Instagram, to what again, to Twitter, you must make use of that, having to ask yourself all those things. Who are my ideal clients? And when you are setting your product, you are telling your story right. All right. Now, let me ask if you can hear me loud and clear on YouTube. Kindly just type a yes right now so that I can know that you can hear me loud and clear. All right. Before we get our guest on board. All right. If you can hear me loud and clear, type a yes, and I know that you can hear me loud and clear. All right. But I'm still going to portray on that aspect, and I may possibly show you step by step on how you can do that. All right. So Mohammed, I hope you got your answers, but if you need to rephrase your questions, please kindly do that so that we can answer it as vivid as possible. Now, on the aspect of, all right, let me get a response from you. If you can hear me loud and clear, drop a yes in the chat section. Now, going further in the aspect of building your customer. Now, you must understand this. Where are they? Is it male or female? All right. Where are they? Are they male or female? And when you can actually know that, it will help you to like, okay, are they bankers? Based on your survey, you must have to be detailed in that. Are they male or female? Who are they? Where are they? Now, in challenging that, you can build a fan base as well. Now, okay, we are mostly in service oriented business, like service-based business, but you that are selling products, you must understand how to tell your story. All right. You must learn how to tell your story. Now, I cannot just wake up one morning and say that people come and buy shoes from me or come and buy this from me. What are the stories that were backing it? All right. What were the stories that I was following? What are the stories that would make people buy? Is it because my shoe is good? Is it because my shoe is luxurious? Is it because my shoe is affordable? Is it because I don't just want to sell to every other person? I just want to sell to the elites. Now, what is the story that is backing it? Now, you will see, you see some MTN. Okay, let me just say I just marketed for them, but a network provider, and they tell you that everywhere I go or everywhere you go. Now, they're already positioning your mind to tell you that wherever you go, you find us. All right, wherever you go, you see us. Wherever you go, people use us. Now, you need to tell a story in that sense as well. By the time you build that, you'll be able to like, okay, channel the aspect of these are the product I'm selling. What are the story I need to sell? Who am I selling to? What are the right channels I need to sell it? So by the time you know that, it will help you to also what? It will help you to be like, okay, this is the way I want to go about that. And once you can do that, I promise you that it will be an easy journey for you to build your customer base. And please, it is not a one-time thing. In building your customer, it is not a one-time thing. You must consistently build your customer. You must constantly build your customer base. Don't just say, I've done it in my first start of the business. If there's anything you should invest more, should be you building your customer line. Because let me tell you, out of 100%, possibly 30% will be interested and 3% will buy. So you must consistently feed your funnel. When I'm talking about funnel, I'm not going into email marketing right now, but any business, everything passes through a funnel. Having to like everybody wants to be in, but who are the people buying? All right, you limit the funnel so that only the people that are buying are gets to your head, to you, that you don't waste time talking to all the fans, but you're only talking to what? People that want to pay. So thank you very much. Now, thank you very much for joining us back, Mr. Stanley. We had a little glitch in internet service right there. So we are still on the topic of customer baseline. We lost you while you were trying to explain it. Do you want to talk on it, or we should just move on?
Okay, I just want to apologize. I just had network challenges. My network's fluctuating, so I had to switch to another service provider. So sorry about that. So sorry.
It's understandable. It's understandable.
All right. Yeah, so we're talking about building a customer base, and I'm saying the customer is the life wire of every business, and so people must realize who their customers are. So I would say the starting point is in doing what I call a customer profiling. Okay, so profile your customer. That's what I did, and that gave me a huge success in my own business. And I think if people can replicate the same thing, it will work for them. And so profile your customer, do a profile of your customers. Who are the people you want to sell to? For instance, if my product or my service costs 10,000 naira, it means people who can afford 10,000 naira are not my customers. So it will mean me locating who these customers or discovering who these customers are. And so for me, that's the starting point. Who are your customers? Profile them and target them. Where are they located? Are they on Facebook? Because understanding your customer will determine your marketing strategy. It will determine your marketing investments. It will determine how you should market, what you should concentrate on. So if I don't understand who my customers are, then all of my marketing strategies would always go down the line. So for me, discover who your customers are, profile them, and then you put up all of your energy on them. That's what's up.
All right, good. Now, you heard what he said, marketing strategy. Now, people make sales and they buy 100% of products with that capital. Now, where is the money for publicity? Where is the money for branding? Where is the money for possibly R&D, research and development? I know this, you might not really need the R&D, but whether you like it or not, before you market, you need R&D to understand what is happening in the market generally, where are the people that will still buy. Then you need money to market, either social media marketing or physical marketing, like maybe like billboards or flyers. Though right now people don't really read flyers, so better you do your flyers and you share it social media, and people, it's clickable and they can join a Telegram group, and from there you can get people, you can get in people's face again and again. All right, I don't want to talk about maybe Facebook pixel from your website and the likes of that, but what if you have all these websites and but you just have your WhatsApp, you have your Facebook? Get people on WhatsApp groups. See, I don't want to say what Paul used to say, but he consigned them. When people are telling you that you're opening multiple groups for your group, ask them, I need to, have you paid for my bills before? See, you have to be like, go all in. Eric Thomas will always say what? Go 120. This is your business. This is what you are building. This is your baby. Now, if you don't take care of it, who will? All right? Who will? So you have to understand there are a lot of things you have to look into. So you can't have 100% of capital and you just want to buy product down and you don't even have a customer that want to sell. So look for the customer, get the product ready if you can, but if the product is not ready, find a way to get to your customer. There's possibility you can even generate capital from them by what they call integrity, first of all, and by what? Your story. If you can get your story right and get your customer right and your integrity right, and this is not something you build overnight, it's something that you must have been over years. You can't be crook for the past 20 years. You want to start business right now. You're like, I have integrity. You have integrity. People already know your past. So don't let your past haunt you as a business person. Make sure, and I'm not talking about now, let's even talk about people that are looking for a job. All right, I don't want to talk about ethics or anything right now, but it's very important, moral or anything. Someone actually went for I don't know, maybe you saw the story, for an interview, and she has actually insulted somebody on Twitter, and the person she insulted is now the interviewer. So how will you balance it? Try to tell the person that I am a good person, that is just the Twitter market.
How?
It doesn't work.
That's too late.
It's too late. So, and see, another thing, for people that are searching for jobs, I try to create the balance. You cannot be having your email address as dagbo1@yahoo.com or ireplove2, and you are sending what? You are sending CVs. This is not job creation business show, it's an entrepreneurship, but I try to create the balance both as entrepreneur and entrepreneur. All right. Now, all those things, your social media matters. What do you post? Because let me tell you, most of those HR firms look into your social accounts. They ask for it right now as important.
They do.
Like they will say fill some form, right? They make it a necessity for you to fill your social media handle. Why? They want to know your background. Where is this person coming from? So you cannot be posting rubbish and you expect them to pick you. All right. The same way, you cannot be telling stories.
They want to know if you can. They want to know if you can represent their brand. So they go into your social media to find out what kind of person you are.
You are. Right now, you're selling a product and you are not representing. Now, I'm not telling you that you should have a fake life, but you have to look the part. You have to look the part. Right. They say that, okay, let me speak a little adage of an African. They say, before we give tailor clothes, may is so now the one way they embody with the look.
Of
All right.
course.
Before we tell Baba, may barb my hair. Now you own I go first look. So you have to look what you're selling.
Of course.
You have to teach it. You have to show it. You have to tell the right story. And through that, people will buy your story. And possibly, even if fans doesn't buy, the fans will promote your business to the right places. All right. So that's a strong one that we have to really understand. All right. Now we'll be able to look into through your customer base, you'll be able to sell based on your why. But now, though I know that Mr. Stanley, I didn't say it, he said it that he's actually still S. I don't know, maybe still searching or S and searching desperately. But as an entrepreneur, I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything. But as an entrepreneur, all right. How do you create the work-life balance? Being an entrepreneur, like your business, your life, your business, your leisure. How do you create that balance for people to really understand? Or is there anything like work-life balance as an entrepreneur?
For me, I think I would answer this question very differently, because somebody would say, okay, I should find time to chill and all that. I think it's good to strike a balance, you know. But anytime we talk about workplace balance and all that, it's usually for people who I would say are on the wrong job, for instance, in quote. Because for me, what I do is my life, and I enjoy doing what I am doing, okay? Speaking to people, using the power of my words to inspire behavioral change is what I enjoy doing. That is a life for me. And so I don't think there's any way I want to strike any balance, because that is the balance already. My question, or what I want to say right now, not a question, is when you find your place, if what you're doing is what you should be doing, you are balanced already. It is when you are out of place, that's when you want to say, I want to balance work, I want to balance family, I want to balance. For God's sake, we have 24 hours in a day. So it's all about you scheduling your time and ensuring that you know what comes first, what should be a priority. You know, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. If I'm a family person, this time is for my children. This time, people say there is no time. No, you create time, you make out time. So for me, I would say if you are in the place of your calling, if you are in the place of your gifting, if your business is your life, then there is no, there shouldn't be anything like trying to find the balance, because you would create a balance yourself, because you own your time, you own your 24 hours, and then you know how to distribute it, and nobody is affected. So it's all about finding what you should be doing with yourself.
Awesome.
So when you
now,
yeah.
Now, this is it. You must have experienced it multiple times as a speaker, but anytime I go for a public speaking event or I'm coaching and I'm in front of people, I don't even eat. Now, I can be on there speaking for the next 5, 6, 7 hours, and I will not feel hungry. It's more as if the more I speak, the more I'm okay. like I feel energized. So I don't know the business you do. If you're in that business, it's very important that you feel the same way, that you can go 24 hours without eating and I'm good. Now, part of the product we sell in Demo Up Global, because we focus on capacity building and financial intelligence. Now, part of the product we give is Forex class. All right, we train people on how to trade Forex. Now, anytime I'm having a one-on-one section with a client, now I do give 1 hour of my section per day for it. Now, sometimes I cross into 1 hour, 30 minutes, and I'm like, for God's sake, you've given this person extra. All right. Now, this person is not going to pay for extra, but because you are passionate about what you're doing, one, helping the person, two, helping the economy of the nation. You are okay because you have fulfilled that you have given a part of yourself to the world. So in whatever business you're doing, don't just see it as I want to sell this product. See it as on a bigger, large scale. How do I help the nation? Am I putting a shoe on someone's feet that they shouldn't walk barefooted? Like, think on a higher scale. Now, work-life balance. Let me tell you the truth. Mr. Stanley has already said it. There's no like balance of work or this thing. That is just it. That is the life. Once you get into it, you're working for someone or you're building a business yourself, that is it. So just go all in and build up, fulfilling yourself. And somebody said that is the best way you can feel fulfilled. They say it is in its service to humanity, service to others. Having to not say I want to acquire everything to myself, but I want to give a piece of myself to the world. And once you can do that, I promise you, you are what? You are fulfilled. And you don't even have to you don't need to ask for a work-life balance because it's already balanced in itself. All right. Okay, we actually answered Mohammed Shaibu Sabu's question. He said, "Thank you for answering my question, Mr. Ayo, and also definitely Mr. Stanley." So he got an answer to his question. All right. Fantastic. And please, if you have any other question on there, kindly just drop it, and I'm going to read it out for Mr. Stanley to give us a very detailed answer. Maybe I'm still growing. I'm your boy. And possibly I can just add one or two things to that. All right. So he said, "Don't do that." I've done it already. All right. Now let's look into it a little bit. Now, I know we've looked into the aspect of customer base, the foundation of entrepreneurship, having to understand the why, but let me read this out so that you can actually get it as detailed as possible. Now, do you believe there's some sort of formula to becoming a successful entrepreneur? I know you answered this a little bit, but I want it as detailed as a question. Do you believe there's some sort of pattern or formula to becoming a successful entrepreneur?
Mr. Ayo, let me make a controversial statement. If there is a formula to success, then everybody will be successful. If there's a formula to becoming rich, wealthy, a billionaire or millionaire, everybody will be successful. What is the formula? We're talking mathematics. Maybe completing the square, almighty formula. It means if I use this, if I do this, then I should have that result. Okay, I am not trying to say that there are no principles built into the universe that when you plug into those principles, you will get results. No, those principles are there. But when we say that there is just one hard and fast rule to becoming successful as an entrepreneur, then I want to tell you we are selling smoke to our audience. We are selling smoke to people who are watching this. For me, I wouldn't say that this is the key to success. So my point is, discover your story. Discover what works for you. And then when you share that story with people who listen or who would listen to you, they will find themselves in your story. There will be an aspect of your story that they can relate with. Like I said, someone will drop out of school and become a billionaire. Someone would remain in school and not have any success. So how would you apply that in someone's life? So it's all about finding out what works for you, okay? But there are still universal principles. There are principles, there are laws, there are rules, that are built and infused into the universe that when you plug into those rules, you are sure to get a level of success over time. For instance, universal principles like being focused, being consistent, being persistent, delay gratification, being in the right company, the right network, not spending more than you earn. All those are principles that when you plug into them, you are sure to get a certain level of result. So I believe, yes, if we plug into those principles, we can get a level of result and success in our journey.
Awesome. Thank you very much on that. See, there's not just, you mentioned that there is not just one key. There are keys that can be applied. And there's this saying that the level of wisdom or intuition that got you to where you are right now cannot take you to the next level. So if I apply this formula to start, I'm just using the word formula. That means that I need another formula to get to the next level. So it's not just about one thing. There are many things that you can apply and it's going to work for you. Now, it's just about when you talk about delayed gratification. I was reading a book and it talked about the likes of Warren Buffett. And he said, what differentiates Warren Buffett from any other investors? And Warren Buffett is called the best investor of all time. Why? Because he did something that not other person has done before. No other person has done before. And that is what? starting early, having to start investment from the age of 10 and consistently compounding. And that is the word I'm going to be picking out from what you said, delay gratification. Having to say, I'm going to start investment, I'm going to start my business, I'm going to know the process, the profit I make, I will not go and say I want to go and buy Benz the next day. No, it's true. If I am Mr. Stanley right now, start on the same business, we make the same profit the same day, and I bought Benz with my profit, and he reinvested the money into his own business, whether we like it or not, the law of delayed gratification will play out. Whether I like it, it will keep going like this. It will keep going like this. Now, I just showed people that I want to ball. He said, I want to play a long time game. By the time his business is doing like, maybe we started on 10, and I went 20, he went 40. By the time I'm going 20, it's going 80. It's as simple as that. By the time I'm going 40, it's going 160. So the question is, are you ready to like delay gratification? I'm making profit. All right. I'm making profit, but I'm not going to spend everything. So it's very important that you know it is not just one thing, it's not just one action, one key, one formula, but there are several. All right. We talk about building networks, we talk about telling your story right, we talk about presenting yourself right, we talk about marketing, we talk about delayed gratification. Imagine putting all that together is already putting a good foundation for you. It's not just one thing. So you cannot just say it's one thing alone you're going to focus on. You have to focus on everything. And by the time you do your research and development, it helps you to know the right things to really look out for. All right. We don't want this to be too long, but I promise you guys something. And I promise you guys something at the start of this section that if you wait, and let me see if you are still online with us, definitely we should be. Definitely, I still have us online with us. Though I have a question coming in, let me just answer that question very fast before I give you guys this free bonus for everybody watching right now. And before we even do that, I want you guys to do something right now. All right, I want you to follow Mr. Stanley on his Instagram, because that is where he's going to be communicating with you right now for you to actually get the best of value from him. So it's very, very important that you follow him. All right, just follow Stanley Speaks 87. All right, Stanley Speaks 87. Well, let me just show you guys. Let me share my screen so that you can actually see what I'm talking about. All right, so right there. All right, right there. Can we see that?
It's coming up.
All right, so you guys just follow Mr. Stanley right away. All right, okay, go right there right now. But I'm going to post the link again right there so that we can actually have a click away from Mr. Stanley's account. Okay, but now somebody asked the question. Let me just read that question out as we go on. It says, sir, as a starter, how can one manage family financial pressure and building your business? All right, how can one manage family financial pressure and building your business? Let me go first, Mr. Stanley, on this. Now, there's somebody I so much like. Now, people don't buy his ideology. Sorry, I'm coming in, but I'm going to say very short. People don't buy his ideology because he likes to use a lot of curse words. But he said, if you are so much overwhelmed by the way you are disturbed by your family, now if you're talking about your parents, let me define. If you're talking about your parents, say, find a way to get out of the house as quickly as possible. Because you cannot be eating their food, staying under their roof, and you think they will not control you. But if you so much want to build your business and you don't want to be distracted, make sure you get out of the house, start making good money for yourself. Good money, don't forget that, good money for yourself. Through that, they will respect your decision because you are no longer under their roof. Now, but if you're talking about your family, your nuclear family, your wife and your children, you must make them understand. Now, there is this thing I'm going to practice is a family time. Having to call no child is too little to understand what you're trying to say. And there is this saying that if a little child doesn't understand the product you're trying to sell, then you are not ready to sell it. So if you're trying to sell yourself to your kids, to your wife, let them understand the aspect of delayed gratification that daddy needs to put in work right now for them to enjoy the luxury. If you have to put up a storyboard, all right, a storyboard or what they call a vision board for them to see that big house, that luxury car, that vacation in wherever, so that they can really flow with you, because the start of any business is even family. If that is not part of your why, then I wonder what a why is. So you have to make them understand why you are starting a business and why they must give you extra time for them to enjoy the future benefits. So Mr. Stanley, do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, okay. I think what I would add here is this. The challenge we have as Africans or as Nigerians is the poverty margin is very wide. And so in every family, or in most families rather, you will find that we just have one person who is the shining star, and everybody is looking up to that person as their savior. And so if you are now the person who is on your entrepreneurial journey, and you are now the savior of the whole house, saviors do die. That's what I want to point out. Saviors do die. And so if you are the savior of the house and you now die, what happens to the whole family? So the point is, all of the points you just analyzed, that's what it is. People, your family members should be able to recognize that they should give you a little time to gather these resources they are looking for. So it's all about people understanding what your journey is and the demands that you can carry and demands that you can bear. It's not when somebody swallow cutlass in the village they are looking for you. It's not when somebody wants to pay school fees they are looking for you, and all that. I think there should be a limit. Let them let you grow what you're doing, and then that way, you keep hearing people say, I have this rich uncle or I have this family member who doesn't want to help me. Just understand that individual is on his journey, and in no time all will be well. That's what I'm going to add to what you just said.
All right. Thank you very much on explaining that. Now, if you're watching this right now on YouTube, if you have any final question, please drop it in the next 2 minutes. Mr. Stanley is going to answer it, and I'm going to back it up with some few details about that. Now, I promised you something, and let me tell you this. Mr. Stanley is an author of awesome books, all right? About 9 right now. He's a best-selling in about 3 continents, all right? This is because this is what is happening, and you need to key in. Now, there is a particular book. You might not be able to buy even extra ones, but this one is very, very important. Surviving the Workplace. All right there on my screen, you can see copies of his ebook that you can get tonight. All right, and there's possibility he might even be giving some discounts on those books tonight if you choose to reach out to him on his Instagram, Andrew, right away. I posted the link right there, so just click the link and follow him right away. Now, Surviving the Workplace, Why Good Girls Speak to Idiots. I know there are some ladies up here, but I know that you are good girls and you don't want to speak to idiots. Run, Baby Run is another book you want to get. Shut Up and Stop Talking Nonsense. Now, possibly that book is going to help you in crafting your story right, to understand how to really create your words so that your word means something. And if you're on this call tonight, Mr. Stanley is doing something for you, all right? For you. You don't want to miss it. He's giving you access to the Speakers Academy, all right? And this is a both virtual and physical class for aspiring and rising speakers, public communicators, and trainers. Now, should I tell you what? This course is actually going out for like 35,000 naira. All right, for like 35,000 naira. But Mr. Stanley is giving it out almost for free on this call right now. Okay, for you being on this call right now. Should I tell you what it is? This class is for 35,000, but Mr. Stanley is giving it for 15,000 naira for the action takers. All right, let me tell you the truth. Hundreds of speakers has gone through Mr. Stanley, and I can categorically say that this man is good at his craft, helping you to know how to speak, to really connect with your audiences, to really connect with your customer, for you to really connect. Some of you are asking the question about how can you really sell yourself to your family? It will help you to really know how to really tell your story right. So let me tell you, that's more than 50% discount from 35K to 15K. So if you think you need it, and let me tell you the truth, you need it. You need to be on that training. And Mr. Stan, do you want to talk about that a little while for them to really understand what they're getting?
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you for all of the nice words you've been saying about me. My head is just swelling, you know. The Speakers Academy, it's actually a program we're running for people who are trying to be speakers, aspiring speakers, emerging speakers, people who are public communicators, trainers. We've had lots of people attend that academy. One of my favorite sessions was in December when we had PAs of executives, you know, attending that class to see how they can improve on their communication game. I tell people that everybody can talk, everybody can speak. We are human beings, but the truth is, when you speak, can you command people to listen? That's the question. When you speak, can you command results? Can you drive attention? Public speaking is just beyond the natural ability to talk. Public speaking is a skill that can be learned. And that's what we're doing. And our session is practical. You can go on Google right now and Google how to be a good speaker, how to communicate to people, how to win customers and all that. I guarantee you, you're going to find lots of stuffs on the internet that you can download and go through. But I think what's different with us is the practical session. So it's not about giving you theories. We'll give you practical stuffs that you would apply and see them work for you. The people that mentor us in this game also, I'm connected to Victor Dowd Tarfa, who is also connected to the great fella you get. And so Victor would also tell you, and I don't know if he shouts, I don't know if he talks too much. Just go ahead and subscribe today, and then we'll take it up from there. Yeah. I think you need to unmute your microphone.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Now, some of you did not hear what Mr. Stanley said because there was a little delay in internet right there. He was talking about the chain of connection and was talking about himself all the way to Fela Drotoye. And if you know what that is, I bet you want to be on that training. All right. So the Instagram link is right there. If you want to get his book, you want to get his social his speakers course, you should be on it. The Speakers Academy, you should be on it so that what you can be part of this. And right now, I don't want to leave you guys without you having access to the community where you can always be what? Seasoned. You can always be equipped with the right information. So if you're watching this right now, I just posted the Telegram link to the Demo Up community on Telegram. Though we're going to be having a lot of sections on Facebook community, but get on the Telegram so that you can get an instant message anytime any update comes in. All right, so I'm going to allow Mr. Stanley to say one last thing that you think I need, that you think you need, and you think the viewer needs to actually build their business as an entrepreneur and they build their life as an entrepreneur as well.
Please, can you take it again? I think I have a network fluctuating. I didn't get that.
Okay,
Please take it again.
All right. I would like to, do you have a final word that you think is going to really help the people listening to us, the viewers watching right now, possibly will watch later? Do you have a final word for them that you know is going to help them in building their business and their life together?
Okay. Entrepreneurship, it's not a Ponzi scheme where you think starting up a business will get you billions tomorrow. It's not something you say in 3 months, oh boy, I don't blow. In 6 months, oh boy, I don't hammer. Entrepreneurship is a lifetime journey, okay? And so don't set out with the wrong motive or the wrong why, because you don't have a job, you are unemployed, you're tired of working for your boss, and they'll be like, let's go and start up something, let us blow tomorrow. So it's a lifetime journey. So for people who are entrepreneurs already, people who are business owners, or people who are about to start this journey, put that at the back of your mind that this is a lifetime project. I am starting up something, I'm building up something that I need to sustain, I need to expand, I need to grow. And it's going to take the whole of my life to establish this. It is not a Ponzi scheme, so take your time. And the last thing I would say, or the final thing I would say is, they should also realize that there is a circle. a tough circle and a rough circle. It's difficult being your own boss. It's difficult being an entrepreneur. There'll be days where nobody wants to patronize you. There are days where you wouldn't make any profit. There are days where you have to fight government policies, harsh policies, and all that. But your why, your strong why, is what is going to sustain you through your journey. I wish you success. To Ali.
Thank you very much. Because now, let me tell you the truth, that is the life of a speaker. After this section, Mr. Stanley is having another section. And if you want to be part of that section, go and ask him on Instagram right now on how you can be on that section. Let me tell you the truth, I'm on that platform already waiting for that section. All right. This is the mistake people make. I'm a leader, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a boss. I don't want to learn again. Let me tell you the truth, I am a student always. That's one of my mantra. I am a student always. Wherever I see that there is a value that is going to help me, help my customer, help the world, I go there. So go and chat. Follow Mr. Stanley on Instagram right now and ask him, sir. I would love to be part of that section. It's starting in the next 40 minutes. In the next 40 minutes. So you want to be part of it. So thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Stanley. I cannot pay you or give you anything in return for the lives you've just impacted. And to say thank you and definitely meeting you at the top. Do have a lovely one. I love you all and God bless you. And bye for now.